What are the most effective marketing strategies for business attorneys? All right, the most effective marketing strategy for a business attorney is to join different business Facebook groups and provide value in there. And basically, what that means is there's a search feature. So whenever you go, there's a lot of different Facebook groups. I mean, like, even just for example, like, um, there's going to be a lot of local business groups. I guess it kind of depends on what type of business you're talking about. If you're talking about local business, then there's going to be a lot of local groups. There's typically, I mean, I know that even like in I'm in Lakeland, Florida. I know there's like a Lakeland entrepreneurs group and Lakeland startups, and all these different Lakeland restaurant owners. All these types of business groups. And I don't know if you're doing statewide or if you're doing I don't know if you're doing statewide or if you're doing citywide. But what you can do is start joining these groups. And then first thing you do is start providing value. And you can do that in the form of like just videos on different topics. And the best way to provide value is just tell stories about things that have either happened to your clients in the past, interesting stories about things that have happened to your clients in the past, or that you just have heard from other attorneys about their clients. So you can say, here's why all businesses need to protect their intellectual property. And you can tell a story about somebody that ended up losing their trademark because they didn't protect it. There's a girl named Angela Langlots who does some really cool stuff with trademarks. And what she'll do is she'll walk around to Sam's Club, and she actually gave me. I met her last week at Funnel Hacking Live, and we were talking about some of the videos that she does. And she told me this really cool thing where she went to Sam's Club and she saw they had this big blue egg, a grill, the big blue egg, which is similar to the big green egg. So what she did is she basically created a video and talked about, does Big Green Egg own the trademark for Big Blue Egg also, even though it's a direct competition? So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can talk about like that. But what you can do is just go in the group and just start providing value. Just start providing real life examples of of how you've helped people, and just different pieces of information. It's the same stuff that I do. I'm B2B. I basically I go in. I know what lawyers want to hear about, which is different tips about how to market their law firm, and I just go in and I provide those tips. Now, the other thing you can do, which is really cool, is you can go into the group and you can search in any of these Facebook groups for past comments or anything. So you can search, for the words contract or the words, agreement or whatever it is, trademark, copyright, anything like that, and you can go comment on past stuff as well. But that's the best thing is just go into these business groups and provide value. Ranking on the first page of Google for, I don't know, Lakeland or whatever business attorney it is not that difficult. But the problem is the search volume isn't necessarily there. So if we're talking about like social media, that's probably the best way to do it. Business, a lot of old school stuff works for business as well, not just social media. But if I was going to use social media, that's how I do it for business attorneys. It's the easiest way, and no one's doing it. There's no competition. It's pretty much, my answer is pretty much the same for a lot of these things, because the thing that the luxury that you have is that most of your competition is lazy. So if you can take advantage of the fact that the competition is lazy, then and not be lazy yourself, then you'll just scoop up all those clients. It's really, really quite simple.